Ordinarily, on a Wednesday, we would be having Bible study at Anne's house. Unfortunately, we are not. So I would like to share a brief reading from today's lesson. We are using Embracing the Uncertain, a Lenten study for unsteady times by Magri R. de Vega. This material was chosen 2 months ago. Embracing the uncertainty of worry. The reminder from Jesus to consider the ravens and the lilies is a critical one for our Lenten journey. And it is possible that it is the most important reminder you need right now. It is not just to remember that God cares for you, but to actively notice the way that God cares for you. Then just as plainly as you can see birds and flowers, you can pay attention to the signs of God in the present moment. For you, embracing the uncertain might mean shifting your focus away from all those foreground pressures captivating your attention and looking for the subtle activity of God in the background. Rather than focusing on the torrent of the waterfall and the harsh spray of anxiety, notice the protective covering of God's wings that shield you even when you don't notice them. Ultimately, this is about raising to our constant awareness the fact that we go through the toughest struggles, that when we go through the toughest struggles, we can dare to believe God is still at work. That work may not be fully revealed until later, but God is at work even in the highs and lows of life. We can believe that no matter what, God is in our midst. The Greeks had a word to describe this realization about time, kairos. It means something like the appointed time, the idea of circumstances that are right for something. It conveys a sense of the richness and depth inherent in a given moment. It is not the kind of time that moves lifelessly onward in a sequential march of minutes, days, and years. If we have a kairos view of time, we have realization that each moment we might have would be loaded with meaning, including caution and hope and everything in between. Here's one more way to say it. No matter what you are going through, God is always with you. You may not be able to see that fact clearly right now. You may be going through struggles so intense that it is hard to see through the thick fog of your suffering. But that does not mean God is not here with you. God is at work, moving in ways that you may not see now. The good news is this: God's activity is not contingent on our ability to see it. That is, after all, how God operates, just beyond our senses and comprehension. But take heart, amid the cold, harsh spray of hardship, you are being cared for under God's protective, nurturing wing. When you see that, when you realize that, then you can sing, "You are happy and free."